Romancing SaGa 2. Man, I have a lot of history with this game because I originally played this game when it originally came out on the Famicom, which is interesting, or Super Famicom rather. And the reason that it's interesting is because I can't read Japanese at all. Hiragana, katakana, I can't read that, period. But I had a family member who could, so it's my uncle. So when I was playing it back in the day, my uncle would like translate every little thing. I was just like, wow, I was really deep into it. Pause, no diddy. But for a lot of people, their first experience with this title was the mobile re-release, and because we got Romancing SaGa 2 and 3, and then you got Scarlet Grace and all these other ones. And a lot of people really resonate with 2, which I feel like 2 is one of the best in the Saga series. And then here we are with this full from the ground up remake, and interestingly enough, another phenomenal game that kind of came and went, which is kind of a recurring theme with a lot of Square-Enix titles that are not Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth. That kind of says a lot. Anyways, all that being said, we're going to talk about this game, why I love it, and why I think you should pick it up and try it out. So, with that being said, shout out to Square-Enix for the review copy, and let's go ahead and get on into it. You relax, strap in, lock in. You're going to get some. Let's get into it. Originally debuting on Japan's Super Famicom in the 1990s, Romancing SaGa 2 was inaccessible to Western audiences until a revamped mobile version was released back in 2016. And truthfully, my prior experience with the game was limited to playing the original's release in the 90s with a family member who could translate the text for me, and then with the mobile port, also technically the fan translated ROMs too, but we can't really talk about that because, it's not really good to talk about the 7 C's of being a pirate on things that aren't legally obtained. So I approach Revenge of the Seven with fresh eyes. Revenge of the Seven diverges from traditional single hero narratives, instead exploring themes of legacy and improvement over centuries. As either the Emperor or Empress of Avalon in the land of Vernus, players engage in a saga of kingdom building across generations, facing off against the prophetic 7 heroes bent on world destruction. The Saga series is celebrated for its open world freedom, and this game maintains that tradition, offering a canvas on which every player can paint their unique journey. Each play session felt like a fresh foray into the unknown, choosing new quests on a sprawling map or exploring deep into expansive zones, driven more by curiosity about the rewards, new skills, classes, or secrets than the looming threat of the 7 heroes. I was always eager to discover what awaited over the next horizon. The game's flexibility extends through all elements, including party composition and character development. Players can select from a roster of predefined characters across various classes, each capable of wielding any weapon or magic type, provided they have the sufficient skill that's needed. This system allows for high customization, encouraging players to tailor characters to their playstyle, whether creating a magic-wielding monk or an archer with a great sword. Character connection, however, is truthfully, it's superficial, as party members are primarily defined by their combat abilities, with little variance in design or personality across generations. This lack of depth was truthfully disappointing, and especially in modern day, because I would think that they would have updated that a little bit. Although the utility of characters generally overshadow personal attachment. And moreover, the narrative can leap forward by centuries as quests are completed, replacing characters with their descendants, which can truthfully feel jarring. Although this is not the first game to do this, although it kind of is, but kind of isn't. But it's at the same time. Another game, if you guys aren't familiar with like classic RPGs, was Phantasy Star 3, Generations of Doom, which is another game that did this as well. And then also Fire Emblem did this with Genealogy of the Holy War. And yeah, so it's always kind of felt jarring when stuff like this has happened. I don't really think any game has been able to perfect that or make it just seem more seamless. But yeah, it's jarring nonetheless. Skill acquisition in the game remains largely luck-based, with glimmers, depending on the frequency and proficiency of weapon or magic use. A new feature, a light bulb icon, indicates the potential to learn new skills, enhancing the gaming experience by highlighting possible rewards, although this can be disabled for a more traditional Saga experience. The game's interface has been refined to improve accessibility, offering visual cues for combat sequences, status effects, and enemy vulnerabilities. However, those preferring an experience akin to the original can opt to disable these aids. Enhancements in Revenge of the Seven include new mechanics and narrative elements that enrich the experience, even for series aficionados. By exploiting enemy weaknesses, players can perform powerful united attacks which are essential in challenging battles. Additionally, characters can inherit special abilities from their ancestors, adding a strategic layer to character development. And also for series enthusiasts, mysterious pedestals are scattered throughout the game, which offer glimpses into the origins of the 7 heroes, providing valuable backstory and enhancing the overall narrative depth. And wrapping everything up, Romancing SaGa Revenge of the Seven offers a comforting, engaging experience akin to enjoying a warm soup on a chilly day. It's a game that I relish for unwinding, exploring new challenges, and uncovering hidden stories. And while it may not be for every gamer out there, and it may not be appreciated from every gamer, it is a unique approach that I personally value. I highly recommend it to those exploring Square's classic series, and I do suggest that they start with the available free demo to sample its charm. And with this revitalization, I eagerly anticipate similar updates to feature entries like Romancing SaGa 3. And with that being said, that is the review for Romancing SaGa 2. Man, this game is so good. I love it. I personally love it, but I have personal attachment to it, which could lead to some personal bias, but that's just me. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hey, cool. Shout out to Square-Enix for a review copy. If you want to pick it up, links will be in the description below, as well as the first pinned comment on YouTube. And all that being said, hope to see you guys on the next one. Stay safe, be blessed, have aloha, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, and we hope.